everyone, it's Nick here and
Trevor.
And today we're making
Chinese dumplings.
which apparently he's never had before. How come you've never had dumplings? I don't get that.
Just haven't.
So not restaurants, you've never been offered them or?
No, don't go to Chinese restaurants very often.
Well, I mean, let me give you some brief explanation of what they are. They're basically little pancakes, which is just made from flour and water, about yay big. And you put whatever you want, like stuffing, into them, and you can fold them, and you can either steam them, and we'll show the steam a bit later. You can shallow fry them, which is actually the nice, they're called pan stickers, because surprisingly they stick to the fucking pan. Yes, they really do. You sort of get that shit out later. But yes, what ingredients are we going to be using? Do you want to give us a quick rundown?
Yeah, well, so we have mostly vegetarian ingredients, so you can actually do this vegetarian, and that's because we're not vegetarians. We've also got some pork. But to start off with, we've got some chives, some spinach, mushrooms, carrots, cabbage, onion.
What are we going to do with that?
Crush it!
I also really was like, we have this crush on ginger, and he just started laughing, he almost got off the fucking chair. Yeah.
And got some garlic, and over there.
And over here we've got a whole bunch of things. We've got some soy sauce, this is dark soy sauce, you can get a variety of them. We've got Chinese vinegar, which is difficult to ask for in a Chinese shop because they bring up, there's 55 different varieties of vinegar. This one's called Tsu vinegar, so that's Chinese vinegar there. We've got what my friend Amy refers to as angry grandma sauce. What was it you described earlier?
Judgmental sauce.
Judgmental sauce. I mean, I'll show you a picture of her, we'll superimpose it, but yeah, you don't put a picture of a woman like this on a sauce and expect to sell this, but apparently I buy it, so I'm used to being judged. Then we've got, of course, the famous Shaoxing rice wine, which is not actually used for drinking, surprisingly. It's literally like a vinegar. It's like balsamic vinegar in China, I suppose. And then, of course, we've got the classic Chinese spice. You don't have to put this in. I like to add a little bit of it, though, because it gives it nice and cinnamon flavours and stuff. So it's like cardamom and ginger. Oh, we've got ginger already. Coriander, that's the one. And star aniseed, that's the one. So yeah, what we're going to do first is we are going to
chop all this stuff up.
Yeah, and we'll save you the trouble of having to watch it. What we'll do is we're going to basically slice everything. We'll start with crushing the ginger because I know he's really excited about that. And then we'll strip everything down. We've got this really old sort of food processor from the 19...
Food sacks.
Food sacks, exactly. And we'll just throw it in there. What you're basically aiming for is to make it like almost like a paste. So everything sticks together. You don't want to put egg in there. Some people put egg in. I don't like doing that. And then we'll fry the pork. We'll show you how we're going to fry the pork just now because it's a little bit different. And yeah, let's get started.
Right, so the first thing we do is just we're going to peel the ginger quickly and then we can get to crushing it. The ginger has been crushed. And now what we're going to do next is we're going to slice up these mushrooms because they're going to be fried in a pan together with the ginger, the spinach, and what else?
Cabbage, I think.
Cabbage.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll get on that. Right, so what we're going to do now is just going to fry up this lovely little mix of mushroom and ginger that we just did. So first we throw a little bit of oil into the wok, just enough to cover the base, but not enough for the US to invade. To add the tablespoon? Teaspoon? Teaspoon of garlic, and then we add this lovely mix of mushroom and ginger. So the next thing I'm going to do is just adding a little bit of this Chinese five spice, and now I'm just going to add the spinach that I just broke up. Okay, so we're done with that, and what we're going to do next is we're just going to slice up some carrots and chuck those into the food processor when we're done. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to chop up half of this piece of cabbage, and then that will go into the food processor along with the carrots. Cool, and now I'm going to add this lovely cabbage and carrot mix to the spinach and mushroom. And while that is cooking, I'm going to slice this onion up and not fry in the process.
Don't be fooled, people. There are tears. There are tears coming out of that face. Look at us. Come on, no. Oh,
and as you can see here, we've got our lovely vegetable mix that's busy frying up a storm. Right, we have pretty much finished with the veg. If we were doing veg dumplings, this would be basically it. But what we do now is we're going to chuck this into a bowl, clean this up a bit, and then we're going to get on to frying up a bit of the pork. Right, we're going to throw the pork in now, just brown it, we give it a good cook. Afterwards we're going to throw in a little bit of the five spices again, just to give it some more flavour. And one thing is you must make sure that the pork is cooked well enough that it's dry, because you don't want it to be soggy when it comes out, because otherwise that messes up the dumplings. But you'll have to cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, the pork has been nicely browned, as you can see. It's also nice and dry. So we're going to let that cool off for a bit. Right, we're back. Our stuff has cooled down. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to chop up these chives a little bit. Then I'll add them to our mix of veggies. And then we'll mix the mince in with that. So as you can see here, we've mixed it up quite nicely, and it's also fairly granular. It's not too damp, and it's also not too dry. Right, now what I'm going to do is add the rest of the fluids. So first is 3 spoonfuls of the Shaoxing rice wine, then 2 spoonfuls of the soy sauce, and finally we're going to add a little teaspoon of sugar, just to cut all the things that we just put in.
Right, so we get this, the pancake as it were. We then get some filling, as you can see I'm doing right here. We pop it in there. You don't put too much in, that's one mistake that a lot of people make. You then try to keep it in the center, because you're going to have to seal. That's why the water is here. You get the water, you finger, you run it around the outside of the dumpling, as you can see there. And then what you do is I usually pinch it at the top first, you don't have to. And you seal it all the way around. So you've got the sort of basic shape of a dumpling, as you can see. What we then do is we re-seal it. What would you call it? Re-seal it, or just making it stronger, I suppose, really. Like that. And you end up with a dumpling. And you can then fry this, you can steam this, you can even boil it. I don't like boiling because it takes the flavour away from it, and sometimes they just sort of pop and explode. But that's the sort of idea behind a dumpling.
So as you can see, we're almost finished here, and surprisingly enough, our sauce and skin ratio has worked out almost perfectly. And it's taken about 20-25 minutes to create all these delicious little dumplings that you see in front of you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to steam our dumplings first. What I recommend is you put some baking paper inside here. It stops the dumplings from sticking to the actual very porous bamboo, I suppose it's made from, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so now, Trevor's never made dumplings before, he's never had dumplings before, so he gets the honour of lifting the lid on the steamed dumplings. Go for it! What do you think they look like, man?
Like wetter versions of those.
Right, so he's had a look at them. They do look like wetter versions of this, because they literally are wetter versions of that. However, they are cooked. So you can take them off there and stick them on the table. And please be careful, guys. It is really bloody hot. It's literally... How much water is that actually left in there?
Very little, basically all gone.
That's perfect. I put about, I don't know, 2 centimeters of water in there. That lasts about 20 minutes. You can turn it off in the oven there. And yeah, let's have a look at these. They're not looking too bad, if you ask me. Like I say, the reason we put the paper in there is to stop it from sticking to the actual container itself. So we can either eat them now, or we can make some pan-fried.
I think we'll make the pan-fried first, because these need to cool down.
Right, so this is going to go against every instinct of your body. We're going to take some dumplings. We're going to put them into a pan with some hot oil in there, okay? Not too much oil, just enough to cover the entire base. And once we put them in, or when we put them in, or after we put them in, we're going to let them fry for about 3 minutes or so. Should we put some of yours in as well? Now these are called pan stickers for a reason. They stick to the pan. So what the Chinese do, and this is the reason I'm saying it goes against every sort of instinct I have, is that after a couple of minutes you're going to pour water on top of oil, which is kind of mind-blowing. It doesn't sound right, but you know, the Chinese have been doing it, and they seem to have quite a large population of people, even with the one-child policy, which is now a two-child policy. So yes, we're going to stick these in here, move them around a little bit, and wait for 5 minutes, pour some water in there, and then we're going to put a lid on it, which actually steams as well as frying, so it's kind of like parboiling and frying at the same time, and then we take the lid off, and we allow the water to evaporate, so you end up with a nice golden, crispy jiaozi, or dumpling, which, though these are fantastic, the steamed ones, these ones, it's deep fried in the oil. Come on, it's really great.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we've had these in for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. You want to get into it where they look like, they're called pan stickers for a reason. You want to get them to look like that, okay, so it's nice and brown at the bottom. What you're then going to do, as I said to you, you can actually move them around as well, browns at the sides and etc, etc. Don't have to. What you then do, which is crazy for me, I'm walking out of the shop there, I'm sorry, but we're now going to do the water thing. Trevor's run this direction for about 20 minutes, he's still running, and I don't really blame him because doing this I'm scared myself, you know. So we can pour a little bit of water in there, like that. And we're going to put a lid on that I should have had prepared beforehand. That's, if you can even hear me. I'm going to put that on like that. So now what that does is it basically it seals the outside. It cooks the actual innards so that not just the bottom is cooking. And after a couple of minutes, I'd say about 2 or 3 minutes, you take the lid off, get the water boiled out, as I said earlier, and you are left with some amazing dumplings. And there we have it. The water has evaporated now, and we have what they call pan stickers. And trust me right now, they do stick, so be very careful when you're removing them. I'm hoping that Trevor's going to enjoy this more than the steamed ones, which can be a bit of a sort of hit and miss. These definitely carry more flavour with them, so yeah, we'll see now. And there we have it. We have our pan stickers, and they really do stick to the pan, don't they? They do. Now, the Chinese use these to get rid of them off the pan, and what do? We bring the Western magic, and it works fine. Way better, okay? What did you think? This is the first time, of course, these had them, so go ahead.
I like them, they're actually really tasty. I think the pan stickers are actually better because they give more flavour, and I like them with the soy sauce. The steamed ones, pretty much even.
Yeah, I mean, the steamed ones are like I suppose like toast with butter kind of thing. You know, it's nice, but it's not that great kind of story. I like to have the sauce over here. I think you can see it, which is sort of a combination of what do we call it again?
Judgmental sauce.
Judgmental sauce, which is kind of spicy with peanuts and things like that, and a lot of chilies, mixed with the, as I mentioned earlier, the Chinese tzu or Chinese vinegar. But yeah, so you're gonna take us up to your parents and stuff like that. You're not gonna be taking that, are you?
No. I think I'll leave that here.
Yeah, but yeah, I think with the soy sauce, so it's worth it. So out of 10, 2 different ratings, I suppose, over here.
No, I wouldn't give them a different rating, but I would say.
For effort as well, bringing effort into the equation as well as what you get out of the equation.
No, I wouldn't. I'd say probably about a 6.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I like it. I do like it. It's not bad by any means. Yeah.
Yeah, I can completely understand it. Like I said, I lived in China. This was my staple diet because you could go and spend 5 rand and get what you're looking at right now. The effort that goes into creating these things is quite long. I mean, we spent quite a while blending and processing vegetables and stuff. Then, of course, the frying of the pork, which you don't have to have it, of course. It does take quite a while. I mean, this is about 3 hours solid work. Only 2 hours solid work.
Yeah.
I'd say. We were watching movies in between while we were waiting for things to cool down. But yeah, I would say 6 as well, actually. If I'm not making it, I would say it's an 8, especially with beer, because they go very well with beer because of the saltiness of the soy sauce and everything else. But yeah, I would say 6 is a fair dinkum evaluation. But anyway, last thoughts?
That's about it. I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it all as well. Catch you guys next time.
Cheers.